this is Gray Hughes of Gray Hughes Investigates on YouTube. Please hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Today we covered the hearing in the Bryan Kohberger case. Good news in there is that the trial will be streamed. The only two people whose faces won't be shown are Dylan Mortensen and Bethany Funk, and we'll get to hear the audio, and that's really all that's significant there. They did that so that the pro-burger nut jobs won't take video of them and do some crazy things and say, "Ooh, look at their eyebrow. Look at they're not telling the truth. Look at this. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that." Because that's all they do. Okay. But this video today is also going to show the beginning of my animation that I'm making, and I think it's actually pretty creepy. It feels like this is kind of how it was going down inside the house. I'm nowhere near finished with it, but I thought I'd put out an update. So what we'll do right now is just go through what's happening in it. All right, so this is the 1122 King Road address right here. And this is Madison Mogan's room. And if we just go a little bit further down, and you can see just off to the left here is the kitchen. And so Bryan Kohberger, in my opinion, since I believe he is the killer in the case of killing Madison Mogan, Kaylee Gonzalez, Ethan Chapin, and Xander Kernodle, I think he parked somewhere along here on his final pass. In fact, I think he could have even parked down there, and there's a rumor out there that Bethany Funk saw somebody, like nude person, getting dressed or something like that, and where this car is located, you can see through her window. So let me go down there. I'll just move the 360-degree video a little bit past that car, and let me just back it up a little bit right here. About right here is a good place. So here is this vehicle, and right down below there you can see the top of Bethany Funk's window. So if there was a person changing clothes right next to a car that was parked here, she would definitely be able to see that. All right, now we know that at 4:20 and 47 seconds he was speeding away at a high rate of speed, and he turns around this corner, goes down and out. This is 1112 King Road right here that has the camera that films the Elantra coming in and going, films it back up there on Elantra Drive, etc. Now we're just going to come back in the area. I'm going to show you what it's like when the vehicle made its final pass. After it does a 3-point turn right here, the vehicle travels in this direction. That's 1122 King Road. The camera was right there. So we're driving up Queen Road right now, and that's 500 Queen Road, that brick building. And now we're going back behind here. This is exactly where the white Elantra drove, missing a front license plate. Bryan Kohberger's DNA was on the knife sheath inside the house, which makes it incredibly likely that the white Elantra driving around is his. And now we know that Bryan Kohberger was trying to purchase a K-bar knife sheath and a utility knife sheath. And the only people who purchase sheaths only are people who are missing one. People don't collect sheaths. Well, maybe Kohberger did, Gray. Did you ever think of that? He does have OCD. Okay, whatever. Anyways, the vehicle drove around just like this. I'm showing exactly what the vehicle did. I came around and then went back behind 500 Queen Road back here. And this just gives you a really good view of it. And so you can look all around. Look how steep these roads are, though, back here. Very steep. I think it was something like 20-something feet higher back here than it is in the front of 500 Queen Road. And even from all the way back here, I think you can see part of 1127 King Road. And that's when the vehicle drives back here, the headlights shine back here on a building. And it's right back there, that taller, up higher back there. It's not part of this building, it's up higher. So when the vehicle's coming around, the headlights hit the top of that, and then it turns. And on pass number 1, it parked for about a minute there. Let me move it back to the end. I think it's better really easy to see everything back here. So right back here. So that's 1127, the headlights, when the vehicle's coming around like this, hit over there. And then on that same house, 1112 King Road that has the camera, when the Elantra leaves on Willanta Drive back here, the camera films between these two homes, and you can see it driving and the lights up on Willanta Drive. All right. So at this point, when Koberger's vehicle drives around and parks right here, he gets out of the car and he goes into the house, and that's where my animation picks up. So he comes down, and this is the sliding glass door. So he opens the sliding glass door and then heads into the kitchen and then just straight around and up the stairs. Okay, now I have him wearing all black with the balaclava. I have him wearing blue surgical gloves. Don't know what color they were or anything. Enters the house, and then he attacks Madison Mogan and Kaylee Gonzalez. Now I sort of made this part blurry, and then I have Kaylee kind of kick him over here. And then I'll continue to do that. Now this is Xana walking out of her room. But when I say continue to do that, I'll make sort of little vignettes of fighting, but I'm not going to show anybody's faces. You'll just kind of see motions and things happening. And so right here is Xana Kernodle coming out of her room. And what I was just referring to a minute ago is I'll continue to make little vignettes of fighting, so you'll see different flashes of things going on. And then Xana is going to, walk by right here, and then she's going to go into the kitchen. And, what she'll be doing in the kitchen, maybe she brings a bag there. I don't know if I'm going to put the bag in her hands. I did put a cell phone in her hand because she apparently was on TikTok, I think, around the time that she heard Koberger upstairs, and she's in the kitchen. So Koberger, I think, got into the house at probably 4:11-ish. And then she's in the kitchen at 4:12, 4:13, and hears something upstairs, goes upstairs, and sees Koberger through the door. The door's open, can see into the room. Maybe he's standing there, and she didn't see what happened in there, but she just saw that there's a guy there. So and there was a lot of noise that she was hearing. So she goes down the stairs and says, "Hey, there's somebody here," maybe trying to get Ethan's attention. And Ethan was likely asleep, and probably where he was couldn't hear that very well, because he's all the way down this hall into the room and in a bed, and maybe even sleeping at that point. So Koberger likely heard her say, "Hey, there's somebody here," and then chased her down the stairs back into the same room over here, attacked her, and then attacked Ethan. And I think he cut an artery on him, probably on his, I don't know if it was on his neck or where the artery was, but likely there. And that probably means that Ethan was still just kind of groggy and sleeping. And then he apparently sits down in a chair and carves something into, or just carves Ethan's legs. Now what that means, I guess we really don't know at this point. Okay, so let's play this again. So there's a sliding glass door, and I don't know if Koberger's left or right-handed. He does seem to be holding, in the selfie image he took with his thumbs up, he does seem to be holding the phone with his left hand. But does it really matter if we know if he's left or right-handed? It doesn't affect anything that we perceive. He still does go up and attacks in the room. Now maybe, law enforcement knows if he's left or right-handed for sure. So he goes in here, and I just sort of give glimpses that there's people on the bed, and then he's attacking, and then right there he gets kicked. And I'll put 10 more of those types of things going on in that room, and just kind of edit it back and forth, and I think it'll be pretty interesting. Then I eventually have to get to the attack in Xana's room, and that one's less obvious. We don't know exactly how that went down. What was the thud sound that was heard later? Was Xana still alive after he thought he had killed her originally? And then she gets back up and he goes, "Hey, it's okay, I'm here to help." Or does he say that as he's chasing her? Hey, no, it's okay. I'm here to help. And that's why she wasn't screaming, maybe, and was like, oh, okay, you know, maybe. And then he goes in there and he attacks both of them. So that's what I'm working on right now. And it does take a long time to make these videos. You know, you realize, oh, I got to do it like this, I got to do it like that, change different things. I added in the cabinetry, etc. in the kitchen. I think it looks a little bit better with that in there. I probably put some more cabinets in the kitchen because on the way out there's going to be different angle shots, like over to the right here. And yeah, so I hope you guys think this is an interesting video, and I'm looking forward to continuing to add to it. But like I said, it takes a long time, okay? So, you know, make sure to hit that like button, share the video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment in the comment section and let me know what you think maybe the sequencing is. I'm going to do what I think is the reality, but I wouldn't mind listening to what other people think, all right? So thanks again for watching. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there.